mountains of Europe lies one of the oldest countries in the world, with cultures that trace back to the dawn of recorded history, traditions that have outlived empires, and roads that have carried armies for thousands of years. Here, the weather turns in minutes, the roads are unpredictable, and the margin for error is razor thin. We came here with 10 men to test our limits and push as far into the unknown as possible.
Rock and roll.
With the ultimate goal of reaching Abano, a hidden mountain village guarded by one of the world's most dangerous roads, the Abano Pass. To get there, we'll need to ride through some of the oldest settlements in the world, push through mechanical failures, brutal terrain, and navigate the tensions that come along with riding this close to the Russian border. This is Georgia.
Alright, so we have just got all our gear on the bikes, so they're kind of ready to go for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will begin literally driving across the country.
So we asked the owner about the tires on these bikes because they're worn down. He said they're no problem as long as it doesn't rain. If it rains, then it's a big problem.
No rain, no problem.
I got no oil. We're off to a good start.
So, with the bags packed and the bikes ready, it was finally time to go. And at this point, we had no idea what we were about to see.
In the border zones, it's borderline dangerous. It gets you really contemplating, like where are we going? What are we doing? How deep are we going into this? You ride up to a bunker and then you're stopped by guards and they tell you you cannot pass because it's going to be dangerous for you. You're entering into a conflict zone. And then you start to think, so what are we doing?
So we can't go through here.
Okay.
Because the Russians keep coming down and they keep taking more and more of Georgia. So if we go through here, we're going to hit the unofficial Russian border, and this guy who's Georgia military doesn't want us to get taken by the
Damn,
Russians.
that's wild.
Yeah. If we find a way, we have to go back basically and cut down south, try and find another road across because we don't want to get taken.
Crazy.
We quickly discovered that a lot of our routes were in conflict zones, and that for the last several years, the Russian military has been encroaching in on Georgia, leaving the line between the two countries blurred and the roads dangerous.
Vladimir Putin has launched a quiet invasion of Georgia in an attempt to extend Russia's reach.
South Ossetia is one of two regions of Georgia that Russia took over in a war in 2008. Two Georgians were out shepherding a herd when armed men seized them in this area a day ago. Moscow now controls about a quarter of Georgia's total territory.
To deliver food and the medicine she needs.
Turns out everywhere we're going is like being occupied by Russia, so we keep running into these checkpoints where they're saying if we go this way it's super dangerous.
He was asking us where we're going, and we told him it's defensively, and he says, I'm sorry, it's a conflict zone. The occupation line is nearby, Russian bases are nearby, and therefore movement here is limited. I don't recommend going there.
So I guess currently Georgia is under Russian occupation, which we didn't know.
After hitting another roadblock, it became clear that we'd have to start adjusting our routes and hope for the best. But if there's one good thing about being stopped at police checkpoints, it's that good old Georgian hospitality.
He's doing what? He's getting his water.
But I do like it. We got our gallon of saperavi, which is a grape only ever grown in Georgia. The vines are not found anywhere outside of Georgia, and it's a purely Georgian wine. So.
There's always a silver lining, and sometimes that silver lining is a liter of wine.
Everything
I think
happens
that's
for a
more
reason.
than a liter.
Everything happens for a reason.
After ready wine. 1, 2, 3.
Freshline!
Aloba.
After pushing through roadblocks and rewriting our maps, we finally began to reach the Georgian countryside. The Caucasus Mountains left us in the shadows of giants. And here, we had the opportunity to ride into areas of the country that had been untouched for centuries. A place that would have been almost impossible to reach without the right team. And through all of these wild landscapes, we reached one that stood out from the others. Shatili is an ancient fortress found in one of the most remote and rugged parts of Georgia, a place famously frozen in time and so far removed from society that medieval ways were held into the 19th century, an ancient fortress that we had the opportunity to spend the night in.
It's incredible. Just unexpected and unbelievable.
You can't put words to it. You really can't. Every day it's something new and amazing, and Georgia just keeps delivering.
And now we're gonna go sleep there, so let's check it out.
Yeah.
One of the wild things about Shatili is that it's an ancient fortress, but you can actually spend the night there. So we decided to do it, and had an experience that we would have never expected.
Fucking smells like shit in here. Fucking rough. Like, look at this shit. I can't remember. I hit my head on this so many times.
Sorry, I can't see you. Did you want me to show something? So, after a quality accommodation, it was time to explore the area's dark history. Tucked into the cliffs are ancient crypts, where 700 years ago, the villagers who built these walls, struck by the Black Plague, would leave their homes and families behind and walk themselves to tombs where they would await their death.
Along through life, and then all of a sudden, boom. Because this, what I read was like this entire castle, the whole thing was wiped out. Not a single person survived here. They all walked down here and died, and that was it. There was not a single survivor.
Which is what these people went through and how they got here and their lives compared to ours. It's just like,
I've never seen human bones before. To actually hear about why they were there and to see them, you can read about it all day long in a book, but until you're there to feel it, touch it, smell it, it was truly amazing. You know, it hits a lot of emotion on these trips when you get to get involved with the culture and see all those types of things.
At this point, it felt like we'd seen everything. But we had yet to conquer our most audacious goal. And after reaching this far into Georgia, it was finally time to reach one of its most remote settlements, Abano. And to do that, we would have to traverse what is recognized as Europe's most dangerous road.
Alright, so we are, I guess, on the road to Amalo? I don't even know if we're there yet, but whatever we're on is really sketch. Yeah, when you hear most dangerous road, you're like, yeah, sure. But this is genuinely really dangerous, I could say.
You come around these switchbacks so fast you don't see it, and it's just a drop down a cliff. Slippery roads, big rocks. It's pretty sketchy.
Crazy part is I don't even know if we're at the most dangerous part yet.
I got knocked over by a cow.
We're here at what I think is the summit, which means now we gotta ride down. And that's a lot more sketchy. By the way, those are all tombstones over there. So, yeah, people who unfortunately didn't have as much luck as we are hoping to have today. Man, yeah, you're an inch away from death on some of these passes.
Yeah, and there's so many big slate rocks, and so your back tire doesn't slide, and then there's just cliff. So you make one mistake and you're...
It's not raining right now. Imagine if it's raining. Speaking of rain, we got a lot of clouds flowing through it. Let's get the hell out of here.
Well, this bike's going nowhere.
We made it to Mala.
That was actually really wild. That was nuts. That was really sketchy. Really sketchy. I got driven over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no! Oh, Chris! Oh no! Did I run over you?
Yeah, I went over my arm.
Holy shit! It's a little bit scary.
Definitely looked like it from this side. It was just like, Chris down, Josh, blah.
Nobody drove over.
Yeah, it really
I was looking at bikes. So what do we got?
All right, here. This thing's been through hell here. We got can't really tell anymore. They did bend that back pretty good. The shifter, conglomerate of hose clamps, baling wire holding this linkage together. Motor oil on the chain, even though fork seals are blown. Slid out on a turn here. Damage here. This is not factory. Some zip ties, more zip ties. God knows what else is going on. Definitely not getting that deposit back. Might need to just buy the bike at this point.
Mike, how you feeling about this fix?
Excellent. Why the ignition switch doesn't work now, I don't know.
This trip was rough for me because I laid the bike down 3 times. My ride is actually somewhere nestled in the Georgian mountains at the moment. I rode the shit out of it. She's officially retired.
So, despite the damage along the way, the roadblocks, the wrecks, the challenges, the team came together to do what they do best. Overcome hardship, adventure into the unknown, and build a brotherhood that goes beyond just a trip. After making it back to Tbilisi, this trip was a wrap. And the goal is success. So I guess that means we'll see you on the next one. Over and out.